Hi, and welcome back to my channel. This is Kelly from Kelly Bell Stitches, and this is my first video of 2017. I'd like to wish you all a Happy New Year. I hope that 2016 closed very well for you, and that 2017 started off on the right foot. That's a tradition that my granddaughters like. They think that when you bring the new year in, you should be standing on your right foot to guarantee that your new year starts off on the right foot, which is fun. Not that I saw the New Year's this year, because you may not be able to tell, but I have a pretty good cold. So after driving back from Florida, which is a 19-hour drive, I shared the time with my daughter, but I was pretty exhausted and coming down with this cold. So I spent quite a bit of time just sleeping. But so far, 2017 has been okay. I mean, nothing exciting, but nothing bad either. So I hope that it's going to continue in a good vein. I'm not going to do a whip update. What I'm going to do is Jessie Marie and Company's tag. And some of these questions don't really apply to me, but I'm going to do my best to cover some of them. Now, I don't keep very good track. I've tried using the X-Stitch app on my phone, and I find it to be kind of painful on my Android. It doesn't really show things accurately, and I don't know why. Probably me more than the app, but it just doesn't work for me. So what I wind up doing is just making notes in a notebook, and that's kind of hit or miss for me. Just the way I am. I'm a crafter, I don't really log things. Although I do journal every now and then. That's hit and miss too. I guess I'm just I don't know, an instinctive person. I just do what I feel like when I feel like it. Spontaneous. That's it, spontaneous. Let's see. So the first tag questions are favorites and least favorites. For whips, my favorite whip right now is my Princess and a Unicorn. I'm really enjoying that. I'm doing that on a piece of Ada that I hand dyed myself, and I really like the design, and I'm enjoying it. My least favorite whip, I have to say, are the jeweled hearts that I started with Mill Hill. And it's on black perforated paper. And it's an older kit, and I can't get into it. I'm not putting it aside permanently, but I'm not enjoying it either. And that sound you hear right now is my furnace. It's very cold here in New York, although it's warmer here today than it was yesterday. Let's see. My favorite finish would have to be the Queen of Hearts. That was also a Mill Hill kit. It had a lot of beads in it. I enjoyed working on it though, and so I guess that would be my favorite finish. I didn't really have a least favorite finish. I liked everything I finished. My favorite new start would have to also be the Princess and the Unicorn. I just like that design. I think it's going to be really pretty when I finish it. And my least favorite new start would also have to be Jeweled Hearts. Just don't like them. My favorite tool is an oldie. I mean, I've had my OttLite forever. I've used it through making dolls and doing clay and everything. My OttLite is my best friend. And I don't have a least favorite tool. Every tool I have, I use for some purpose, and it's useful for what I use it for. My favorite technique would be the loop start. I didn't know about it before, and it's really a handy thing. It's one of those duh things. Should have figured that out myself, but really happy to learn it. Least favorite technique, I don't have one. I think all the techniques are useful. And if I didn't like it, I wouldn't do it. That's pretty simple. Material. My favorite material is 18 count Fiddler Cloth Aida. And I don't care what anybody says. It has a nice texture. It's soft. I can see it. I can count it easy. I can do fractional stitches on it. It's my favorite cloth. Linen, not so much. Don't like it. Too fragile, too unstable. Not my friend. Probably why they call it common thread. Just not my favorite. My pattern release of 2016. I didn't start till later in the year back in cross stitch, seriously. And I don't really watch pattern releases. I stitch a lot of magazine and book charts. But I did discover Satsuma Street and Jody Rice, and I really love the colors and the whimsical nature of her designs. So I'm not sure what she released this year specifically. I mean, I bought Pretty Little New York, I think, and I bought an Elephant Miss Gornu that I think my oldest daughter will really like. So I guess that would be my favorite. My least favorite, I don't have one. There's things I'm not interested in, but then I didn't buy anything I wasn't interested in. Let's see, how many whips did I have at the start of the year? I had 2. I had the Country Garden, which I started back in probably 1992, which is still a whip. I still love it. I just haven't gotten back into it. And I had Somebody to Love, which I finished. And so whips at the end of the year, I have 8. See, not a serial starter, but more than I used to be. And, oh, I guess I was, because I started 15 during the year. I just have 8 left at the end of the year. So finishes during the year, I had 9. 9 finishes, which to me is really good, considering all the other things that I do. 9 finishes were really good. My FFOs, I had 5. 5 FFOs, which for me is also very good. UFOs, I have, temporary, I have 1, and that's the Jeweled Hearts. Permanent, none, because I'm hoping to be able to finish the Jeweled Hearts. I just don't want to work on it right now. Full coverage pages completed, none, unfortunately. I have the Garden Shed, which is my only HAID that I have in progress, and I haven't finished a page. I barely started a page, and I really would like to get back to that, but it's so big. I'm having problems just getting comfortable working on it. I'm still trying to figure out what is good for me with a HAID that's that big. Let's see, first and last, my first start of this year was Gwen by Nora Corbett, and my first finish was Blue Butterfly. My last start was actually, I'm in a round robin on Cross Stitch Finish Line, and my last start was prep for my part of that round robin, and I'll talk about that a little bit more in my whip update video. And my last finish was, I think, Queen of Hearts was my last finish. I'm pretty sure she was my last finish. Let's see, regrets. Purchases. I don't regret purchases. I mean, I have tons of stuff, and I have tons of stuff I need to use. But if I should live long enough, I am determined that I will use it all. I buy things because I like them. I buy things because I usually have a plan, or I just like them, and I don't regret it because regrets are pointless. Regrets are always in the past, and I mean, mostly you can't undo a regret. So, hey, I don't regret. And let's see, starting, I don't have a regret. I mean, Jeweled Hearts would be in there, but I didn't know at the time that I wouldn't like it, so I don't regret starting it. I will try to finish it. I didn't stop anything, so I don't regret any of that. And not participating, nope, in the past. And if it's a sale or something that I didn't participate in, I mean, most of the designer ones are still available after the fact if I should come up to a point where I want to start it. And not participating, well, like I said, regrets are in the past. So there's no point in regretting. Let's see, new to you, new tool. I'm going to be 58 years old this year, and I've been crafting for the majority of those years, probably since I was a little child with my mother. There's not a lot of tools that are new to me. And cross-stitching, I guess Q-snaps. I'd never heard of Q-snaps before, so that's a new tool. Q-snaps. I came up with one. Q-snap. A technique, that would be the loop start, and I really do like that start. Stitches, I have all kinds of embroidery books. I've been embroidering since I was little. My Aunt Kate was a huge embroiderer, and I learned how to embroider pillowcases probably when I was 8 years old. I love the Lazy Daisy stitch. I like the herringbone stitch. I've got the Janet Hall embroidery books. I've got, I think it's Judy Montana's embroidery books. So I guess I've been doing that a long time too. New to me as far as designers go, well, that would be Satsuma Street and Jody Rice. And let's see, fabric, new to me would be 32 count linen. I can stitch on it. I don't enjoy stitching on it. And I really didn't like that recommended fabric for Gwen. I bought it, and that was that milk chocolate. I think it was a Witch Ada or linen. It was horrible. I threw that stuff out. New to me thread would be Dinky Dyes. And Mo Silk. I did buy Mo's, and I like them. They're very pretty. I won't buy a whole lot of things like that, though, because I like color fast. And if it's not color fast, I don't know. I like color fast. I want to know that if something happens to it, I can wash it pretty safely. And I've always used like Woolite, a gentle wash, and do it in the sink. But if it's not color fast, I don't think I would even attempt it, which means I would have a piece that I would have spent a lot of time on that I wouldn't be able to give to anyone, and I would probably just put away somewhere, if not throw away, which to me is really sad. Let's see, new to me, a vendor, 1-2-3 Stitch, and I'll tell you that was deadly. I spent a lot of money at 1-2-3 Stitch this year. I joined Stitch from Stash, and that's probably a really good thing. I intend to stick with that. Terminology for me would be FFO. Who knew? Fully finished object. FFO. And the Floss Tube channels new to me this year, all of them. I didn't know Floss Tube before this year, so I was very happy to come across Floss Tube. And I'll tell you, when I first found Floss Tube, I spent a lot of time watching Floss Tube. I really enjoyed it. Let's see, and then we come to that mix of questions. I'm going through these pretty fast because I don't want to bore anybody too much. What did I learn this year? My big thing I learned this year was that I still love cross-stitching. I've been cross-stitching, like I said before, for decades. And I put it down probably a good 15 years ago. And I just picked it back up, and I find that I still love cross-stitching. The amazing thing is I still had stuff. in my stash that I had worked on that long ago, so I was able to just pick it back up. What did I teach someone this year? I taught my granddaughter how to cross stitch. I've put out a few technique videos. I don't know, I've had people thank me for my needle minder technique video and stick pins, counting pins. So those are a few things, at least I hope. I know I've learned several things, so I'm always happy to reciprocate. Did I become real life friends with any other stitchers? Not real life, not face-to-face in-person ones, but I do consider everyone in the stitchy and crafting community to be a friend. Whether you're close to me like Doc Stitcher, who is in Vermont, pretty close to me here in New York, or someone like Lynn Evans too, which Lynn is in England. I consider you all to be friends. We share a common interest, and it's just a pleasant, nice community, and it makes the world kind of feel like a safer place. So I do appreciate and feel honored to spend time with all of you. And let's see, are you happy with what you accomplished this year? Yes, I'm always happy with what I've accomplished. Again, it's in the past. Well, accomplishments, we need to be happy with what we've finished, or what we've done, what we've started, what we've achieved, because it's what we are. It's who we are. It's what we did. It's a good thing. And if I didn't finish it or I didn't achieve it, then I look forward to it as just something I'm continuing and moving on with. It's coming with me. It's part of me. So yes, I'm happy. It's part of keeping my zen, keeping my self-worth, keeping my heart and mind healthy and happy. I try to feel good about most things. I'm old enough now to know that I can't control everything. I can't achieve everything. I can't do everything. But I don't consider that to be a failure. I have to look at who I am and what I can do and be happy with that. God created me unique. He created all of us unique. So be happy, because you are what you were created to be. Okay, off my soapbox. Be happy. What were my goals for 2016, and how do they measure up to what I accomplished? I got the gifts done that I wanted to get done for Christmas. That made me very happy. I continued doing what made me happy. I found new people that I consider friends. I don't know. I guess I met my goals. I stayed happy. For the most part, healthy. So yeah, I guess everything measured up. Has my stitching style or organization changed during the year? No. My household changed during this year, and my stuff kind of got all thrown up, and it still looks like it got all thrown up, so it's going to change this coming year. I have to go through my stuff. I need to organize it in a different way. So as far as my stitching style hasn't changed. I tried Q-snaps, and I like them for some things. I have used a hoop for some things. I've gone back to my scroll frames for some things, but I have to tell you, for the most part, I'm stitching in hand. I find myself just picking stuff up and starting to stitch, and I like stitching in hand. So I guess my stitching style's gone back to what it always was, which is good because it's who I am. Let's see. Did I fall victim to FOMO, the fear of missing out? And were there any projects that I would pass on? No, I don't think I did fall victim to FOMO because I really thought those sals were really cute. You know, the magical creatures and the postcards and all that. I thought they were cute, but I knew they weren't for me. I don't have any real little children to stitch for. At least not little children I would stitch for. And I'm not really a kawaii style person. I did buy Gwen. I did buy that Nora Corbett Gwen. And I did find that I'm not really into stitching people. At least not those kind of people. So I guess I had a fear of missing out there. But not really. I mean, I like Gwen, and I will finish her. So I guess no, I didn't fall subject to that. And there's no projects I picked up that I would have passed on. And then the next question is, did you participate in any sales? If so, which ones were your favorites? I participated in some Stitch Mania sales. The election challenge, I guess, was a sale. And the color sale. And I didn't really have a favorite. I enjoyed the ones that I participated in. What I did find is that although I want to do sales and I might start stitching things, like the New World Stitch Along, I really loved that. I liked the Barbara Anna design that I picked up, even though it wasn't my style. And I am still working on it. I guess the Barbara Anna one might have been my favorite one. But what I find is I'm not good at keeping up on social media. I don't post pictures, and I don't go in and comment as much as I should. I'll go in and look at what other people are posting, and every now and then I'll post something to Instagram, but I'm not very good at going in and posting stuff on Facebook groups and things. I guess that's just me. Let's see. Did I learn about myself through my stitching this year? I like to stitch. I guess I realized again that I like to stitch, but I've always liked to stitch, whether it's embroidery or doll making or teddy bear making or bag making or, you know, just sewing fabric together. So I guess I renewed that love. And what was my favorite event? I guess that would have been the election sale, although I didn't post. Like I said, I'm not good at posting. And let's see, were there any 2016 stitching fads that you didn't jump on the bandwagon for, but you're still considering? No. No, I don't think so. I can't think of any. Okay, well, can't think of any. What projects, and then now we're going on to 2017. What projects are you most looking forward to starting? I'm looking forward to starting the Birthstone Dragon sale. I do have the pattern. I think that Blimey Cat Stitches is wonderful. I'm really happy. I love dragons. I have the pattern all downloaded. I haven't started it yet. I did hand dye some Sparkle Ada that, oh, it's a 28 count Joblin, I think, or even wave. It's not Ada. So we'll see how that goes. But I am looking forward to doing that. And I think that's the one I'm looking most forward to. And what project am I looking forward to finishing? My Princess and Unicorn. I'm looking most forward to finishing that because I think that'll be beautiful. And that's one I'm going to keep for myself. And do I intend to be more determined or laid back in my stitching in the coming year? I'm pretty laid back. I've always been laid back. Most of my crafting is laid back. Unless I'm doing it as a predetermined gift for a preset date. I'm not very, I'm a process stitcher, I guess. I enjoy the stitching. So I guess I'm just going to continue to be laid back. Let's see, what event are you most looking forward to participating in? And again, that would be the Birthstone Dragon Sal, because it's pretty colors. I've never done one quite like that before, and I love dragons. So hands down, it would be that one. I am also signed up for the Under the Sea Sal that Lakeside Needlecrafts is doing. I've got that pattern. I have to get some fabric ready for it. I was a little surprised by the first design that came out, but I'm looking forward to stitching it. And I have seen another person who's already stitched it, and it is really cute, so I'm looking forward to that one too. Let's see, what are my stitchy resolutions for the next year? Don't have any. I don't make resolutions. I find that if I make a resolution, that's when I don't accomplish a resolution. So I just put myself on a forward path and go for it spontaneously. And then will you be participating in any sals? Yep, that's what I just said, the Birthstone Dragon Sal and the Under the Sea Sal. And are there any material stitches techniques you'd like to try in the new year? I've done hardanger before, and I enjoy it, so that's not new to me. Can't think of any. Really, participating in a sal is new to me as far as the published sal, the monthly sal. So I guess I'm looking forward to that.
Sorry about that.
And I'm also in the round robin shut off, and I'm not sure why. We're almost done. So, and then the non-stitching. What was the best thing that happened to you this year? I guess the best thing that happened to me this year was I got to go to Florida and spend time with my dad. He's not doing too well right now. He has dementia, and it's getting pretty bad. So I think that's the best thing that happened to me, was I got to go down and stay with him for a while. Not that he knew who I was, but I know that he still loves me. He still recognizes me as a person that he loves. So that was a good thing. And my resolutions for next year, I don't really have any, except to appreciate my family, spend time with them. That's something I always try to do. We all need to take care of our family and our friends. So that's really the only resolution I make, is to try to always count my blessings and love my family and my friends. So with that, that's the end of the tag, and I'm hoping to come back with a whip update and maybe even show you the start of my round robin piece. And so once again, thank you so much. I appreciate you all. You make my day brighter. I love watching your Floss Tube videos. I love seeing your comments. I love the comments from even, from people who just enjoyed my video. So thank you so much. Take care, good health and happiness in the coming year. And as always, happy stitching. Thanks for watching.